France Senegal 3-1. We were at the game.
We didn't get any minutes, but we were at the
We
game.
did not. Although, frankly, like, kind of thought I should for that Senegal front three.
I think
Like, we could have scored. Yeah, we could have scored that.
Yeah.
The sitter they missed at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We could have.
Together, the two of us?
Yeah. We could have whole like locked arms and like each toe poked there. Yeah.
I thought this was a really fun game to watch.
Super fun.
This is a really fun game to watch.
Super fun.
I think credit to Senegal. They played arguably the best team in the world, and they put up a very good fight, and they could have won this game.
For 60 minutes.
Yes.
Or 57 minutes, whenever France's first goal was.
Yes.
Like, they were
very good.
Very good.
Yes.
And they are, like, I don't care what FIFA did overturning them. Like, they are the best team in Africa. Yep. And that showed. Like, they have a lot of quality. They're an athletic team.
Yep.
They're a gritty team. And I think the biggest mistake that they made in that game is when you have one of the best teams in the world on the ropes, you better finish the job.
Yeah.
And so when you have 60 minutes where this France team looks clumsy, wobbly, they're not connecting, they're giving up chances. If you don't score and then sit back, they're going to get you.
Yeah.
They're going to get you. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Like, you have Olise magic to unlock the Senegalese defense for Mbappé. Yeah. By the way, that was a ridiculous
pass.
Ridiculous. And dude, like, I know Mbappé is going to get like so much credit. He scored 2 goals. I get it. One of them was very nice. But if he hadn't scored that second goal, I would be pounding the table that Olise was the man of the match and is the guy that we should be talking about for that.
I think he still was the man of the match. Like, yes. Like,
okay, you are our in-house Mbappé hater. Let me give you the floor here.
Okay. I do dislike Mbappé, but I credit where credit's due. Like, he scored 2 goals. He is very good.
He's very good.
And I have a lot of respect for Mbappé. I just don't like how he acts on the field towards his teammates. That's my problem. Off the field. Like, he is, Anyways, I think Olise was the man of the match because I think if France was going to do something, they needed a playmaker to do it. And nobody on the field at the time was going to be that playmaker except for Michael Olise.
100%.
He was the only one.
He's the only guy that controls the rhythm of the offense.
Yeah.
Because you have Doué, who's a burner. You have Dembele, who's a burner. You have Mbappé, who's a burner. All those guys like to just run, get in behind, come at you one-on-one. And Olise is the only guy who can bring a little, let me orchestrate, let me finesse, let me play that. He's the only player who could play that through ball on Mbappé.
Which I think is interesting because watching the game yesterday, they played with a front 4.
Yeah, essentially.
And they let those 4, Mbappé, Olise, Dembele, and Doué, they let them just interchange, go wherever you want. So some of them, they play 10. They do it in 15-minute shifts. And something that, like, Betts and you were saying was, like, it's really hard to play 10 if you're only there for 15 minutes.
100%.
Because a lot of playing 10 is getting in the rhythm of the game and feeling it. And knowing
where your other guys are.
So, while, that's really cool that you guys can interchange positions like that and switch it up.
Yeah.
I don't think that was a good idea. I think Olise or Cherki needs to be that 10 and needs to run the 10.
100%. And I'm glad you brought up Cherki because we were watching that game. And as someone who came into the game super excited to watch Desiree Doué, who's young 21-year-old who's just electric, so much pace and like sizzle. I was and I hyped him up before the tournament even started. And I'm watching him and just turnover after turnover after turnover. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, surely Deschamps is going to bench Desiree and bring on Cherki, and he just didn't. And it was like, it wasn't until the 80th minute.
It was really weird.
It was really weird. And by the way, like, the one thing that they needed wasn't another burner. Like, Barcola is fantastic. They didn't need it because, like, Dembele and Mbappé, they can do what Barcola does, which is like getting behind, go at guys one-on-one.
Yeah.
And Barcola is exceptional at that. But what they needed was a guy like Olise to thread the needle, to slow things down, to find a rhythm. And so it was baffling to me. It was.
And Barcola, to his credit, played really well.
He looked so good.
He played really good.
Yeah.
But I think it was a head scratcher because it looked like such an obvious change to everybody watching the game. I don't think it's a novel take to say, oh, Cherki would have been usul.
100%.
Just add a little something different. But Deschamps, backs himself.
I have a theory. You like, we're sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, Deschamps like really believes in the front 4. And then you're like, no. Deschamps really wants to believe in himself because he's the one who said, like, I'm going to put this talented front four out there. By the way, to basically play positionless soccer, like we're saying that they're changing. It's like he basically was like, all right, guys, just go play soccer, go have fun. And they were just roaming and but on reflecting, I think what's going to happen is I think Deschamps is the kind of guy who comes up with a game plan, believes in himself, and isn't really into the live adjustments. So I think he came into that game thinking, I'm going to give Doué 75 to 80 minutes. And it didn't really matter what Doué was doing. Like he was going to let no, seriously, like that was my read because and I'll make a prediction. I think that Cherky will start the next game against, is it Norway or is it whatever? Cherky, my prediction is Cherky will start the next game. He'll play 60 or 70 minutes, and then Doué will come on because I think the only way that this makes sense is if the coaching staff together were like, okay, we got Cherky, we got Doué, they're both world-class players. Let's use the group stage as a way to test out the chemistry between these guys and how they interact, who's going to play better. So that to me would be reasonable. If it was as simple as Deschamps was just like, yeah, I'm going to keep Doué out there in the face of turnover, then that just makes no sense to me. The only thing I can think of is that the coaching staff committed to playing Cherky in one game and Doué in one game and seeing what they both can do. That's the only thing I can think of.
After watching yesterday, I think that would make logical sense. Yeah. Because I don't know what else
would be the answer. Yeah.
I mean, look, Deschamps he's managed France since 2012. And he's had a lot of success. And so he seems to know, what he's doing.
I think he does. Yeah, he does.
And at the end of the day, they won. But you got to think maybe like Senegal's a very good team. But if Senegal had finished their chances, or if France had been playing a team that finished their chances, I think that France team would have imploded. Now, look,
it's a counterfactual. We don't know, but it's very possible. And that's the thing. We said it yesterday. The most impressive thing about the France win yesterday was that France played so bad, so terribly. Like the first 60 minutes was like awful to watch. And they still beat a very good Senegal team 3-1. That's so scary to play that bad and to still win. It's like, oh my gosh, they were like, imagine what happens when it's actually clicking for them and they're actually playing well and everyone looks sharp.
Terrifying.
It's so scary. The World Cup only happens once every 4 years, and we're spending the entire summer talking about every second of it. Don't miss anything. Subscribe to follow along and see our journey.